What's up? So I've had several people ask me if I could do some just like simple cooking videos, because most people are inside more, cooking more and all that. And I like to cook, and so yeah, so they just asked me if I could just put some videos up, and I was like, well, why the heck not, right? So I will make some galettes today, and for those of you guys who follow my Instagram, I've been just obsessed with these lately. One, because they're super good, and secondly, because they're super easy to make. And I got the recipe from Minimalist Baker, and she has a lot of really good recipes, but these in particular are just like, they're stupid. They're so good. Typically what I do, that's what I do anyway. I just kind of follow instructions. Like, you don't have to be a great cook or a great baker in order to make good food. You just have to be able to follow instructions. And so I'll put the link to her recipe underneath in the description box. That way you guys can look at it and just kind of make your own adjustments. I'm gonna make a blueberry one and a apple cinnamon one. I haven't figured out which one I like more yet, because they are both just like, they're stupid good. So yeah, so we will do that and then go from there. All right, let's get started. All right, so I'm gonna start with the fillings first. Again, I got my blueberries and I got my apple. You could probably use frozen blueberries also, but I've always just used fresh, just because that's what I have. So I don't really measure things. I just got enough to put in one galette. So that I'll probably do a little more than that. So that's probably good for one. And then for this guy, it's just a small red delicious apple, and I will peel it and then dice it, and then I will put it in this bowl here, and then I will mix all the other ingredients in there. So we will start with peeling it. Doesn't be perfect, but it's good enough. Now I'm just gonna dice it. So I don't have perfect kitchen techniques or anything like that. I just kind of cut it a little bit. Hope I don't cut my fingers, which I am really prone to do. I cut myself a lot in the kitchen, but try to be safe. All right, so I do it like that, and then I will just and they don't have to be perfect. They're gonna go inside the galette, and so you just want little chunks like that. So one thing that I didn't mention, I wanted to do my fruit filling first, because when I do the crust, so one thing that's actually really important about the crust, I got my apples there, is you have to use really cold butter. And so I do this first so I can just get it done, and I can do the crust really quickly so the butter doesn't get warm and kind of ruin the dough. All right, so for this part, I don't really measure it, so I'm just gonna need some sugar for the blueberries. I'll just kind of grab a little pinch like that. It's probably maybe a little too much. Whatever, it's fine. And then a little bit of cornstarch. Again, I just put my fingers in it, it's fine. I'm the one eating these, so it's all good. A little bit of cornstarch in there to kind of thicken it up, so it's not just super runny. And then for the apples, I'm gonna do just some brown sugar and some cinnamon, okay? Now, you don't have to put cornstarch in these, because brown sugar has molasses in it, and that's kind of a thickening agent in and of itself, I think. I don't really know, actually. I'm kind of making that up. So there's some brown sugar there. Again, I'm not really measuring anything, just kind of let the spirit lead you. All right, so just a little bit of cinnamon, like that. All right, so we got that, and then just kind of mix it up here. All right, let's mix these guys up. All right, let those guys just sit there a little bit, and then I will make the dough. Oh, almost forgot. So you gotta add a little bit of lemon juice in the apples also. I don't really know why, honestly. I've just kind of heard that's a thing that you do. So you should probably use fresh lemon juice, but I don't have any lemons, so bottled works fine. Just kind of make it a little mix-a-rooski. And so I don't really know what the lemon juice does, but I've done it a few times and it comes out real nice. So, you know, just trust the process, I guess. All right, so now I'm gonna make the dough. So this is one of the only things I actually measure. So I do a cup of all-purpose flour. Whoa. Now in the recipe that I'm gonna link below, she calls for like unbleached all-purpose flour and like vegan butter, but I don't got any of that crap. So I'm just gonna use regular all-purpose flour and just regular butter. And so now I put a little bit of sea salt in here. I don't really measure this either. I just kind of do a few little shaky shakes in there. And I have unsalted butter, and so I'll do a little bit extra salt in there. And then just kind of mix it up like that. Get the salt all kind of incorporated in there. And now I gotta get my butter, which is still in the fridge. It has to be really cold, like I said, and kind of cut it into here. So in her recipe, she calls for 1.5 sticks, but I'm having the recipe because there's only one of me. And so I'm just gonna do 6 tablespoons here and give a little cut right there. And then I will dice this guy up. And again, I have to work kind of fast with this part just because I don't want the butter to melt. Got that. Oh, come on, baby. So I'm gonna do like little chunks like that to put in the flour mixture here. And now you can use a fork to cut it in there, or you can use like an actual pastry cutter. I happen to have a pastry cutter, so I will do that. And so this guy's a pastry cutter, and so you just kind of cut it in there until you get little like butter pebbles throughout the dough. It takes a couple minutes, and I'll show you what it looks like when we get there. All right, so as you can see, there's like little butter pebbles throughout, which is kind of what you want. And so now I got some water here, a cup of water, and it has to be cold water. I mean, mainly just so it doesn't melt the butter. And you just want to pour a little bit in at a time, and then just kind of mix it up until you get like an actual dough. All right, so you put a little bit more in there. You don't want it too wet because then it'll be super sticky, and you don't want it too dry because then it won't form into a dough. So this part doesn't take too long. Now you don't want to over mix it though, because then you'll have like a really dense dough, and you want like something like the final product, you want it to be kind of lighter and fluffier and like crispy-ish. And so so that's pretty good right there. You see that guy? There it is. And then you just kind of take it out, play it a little bit. It's like Play-Doh. It's kind of gross. You do get a little sticky, but it's all good. So I'm gonna break it up in two. I'm gonna make 2 galettes. We got that guy there. All right. So now I have some flour over here. I'm going to flour this surface so it doesn't stick to that. All right. And then throw that guy on there. Throw a little bit of flour on top so hands don't get super sticky. So it doesn't, get crazy. All right. So then you want to, let me get a little bit more. You want to roll it out with a rolling pin. Now, I don't have a rolling pin, so I just use my coffee thermos because why the heck not? And you just kind of roll it out until it's, I don't know, like a 1/4 inch thick, something like that, in sort of a circle, because you're going to put the filling on the inside. All right. So once you get that like that, you're going to transfer it over to a parchment lined baking sheet and get the other one rolled out. All right, so now we're going to fill these guys. So I got one of them here. I'm just going to put the blueberries in this one. A little bit of that sugar in there. And then you kind of just fold it over. I probably could have used more blueberries, but it's all good. You just kind of fold it over. See, it's getting the butter was melting in this one already, so it's a little soppy, but it's all good. It'll be fine. All right, so you kind of just fold those up like a little pocket. And then I'll get my other dough. This one's for the apple cinnamon one. Put these guys in there. You see when the apples kind of sit, they kind of absorb some of the juices and or it kind of sweats out a little bit. I think, I could be making that up, I don't really know. And then you kind of fold these over like that. And they don't have to be perfect at all. They're actually, the more kind of unperfect they are, the more kind of quote unquote rustic they look. Now you don't want these little pockets here because the juices will kind of seep out of those and create kind of a mess in your oven or on your sheet. But you know, it's parchment paper, so it's fine. So here I have a shot glass full of melted butter, just a little bit of melted butter. So I'm just gonna brush over the top of these guys to get them a little more brown when they get in the oven. And who doesn't like more butter, right? I mean, shoot, butter makes all the things better. All right, so I got butter there. And then I'm just gonna take some sugar and just kind of sprinkle a little bit right on top. We got a little bit. Not a ton, you don't want these overly sweet. But you know, it is dessert after all. All right, so I'm just gonna pop them in the oven. The oven's preheated to 400 degrees. I'm gonna put them in there for like 35 minutes and we will see what they look like after that. All right, so as you can see here, I've made a huge mess in my kitchen. My mom always tells me, you know, you're a good cook, but you definitely do make a mess. I do, I will vouch for that. So I will clean up here, and those are in the oven right now. They will be in there for about 35 minutes or so. Like I said, if you could, it smells super good right now inside this kitchen. But yeah, I'm gonna clean up, and by the time I clean up, it should be about ready to come out, and I will show you what they look like when we are done. Oh yeah. All right, so the galettes have been out of the oven for about 10 minutes. Let them cool off a little bit so I don't burn my face off. So here we got the blueberry one. It looks so good. I probably could have used more blueberries in there, but it's all good. And then we have the apple one. This one's a little heftier. It's so good. So I'm gonna take a bite out of each one, see how they turned out. The apple one is still really hot, so I'm gonna do the blueberry one first and see how that goes. Here we go. Look at that. That muy bueno. That is so nice. Yeah, these will actually be really awesome a la mode with some ice cream on there. I don't have any ice cream, but if I did, that would definitely be on there. Gosh, that's so good. Okay, now I'm gonna try this apple one. Ooh, hope I don't burn my face off. Let's go. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's good. It's like an apple pie. Incredible. Man. So I'm just gonna try to eat one of those tonight and not be ridiculous. Try to save one for tomorrow. But yeah, so if you try this, let me know how it goes. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions about this recipe, or if you have suggestions on other ways to make it, these will probably be really good with like peaches or pears or strawberries, whatever. I mean, it'd probably be good with anything. Yeah, if you make it, let me know, and I would love to see your pictures or your videos of you making it. And yeah, these are a winner. Again, super easy, super good, crowd pleaser for sure, and they're super versatile, so you can put whatever fruit you want in it, really. Yeah, so hope you guys had fun watching me cook these things. I look forward to making something else for you guys. All right, take care. Bye.